Welcome back to Corner Stories. Please enjoy this video and don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. And now let's get on to story 1. I felt something strange and then turned him around to take a look. Based on what I have seen in my textbook, it looked like melanoma. He told me it couldn't be. We're in Hawaii and he told me, you Chinese people here think you're real Hawaiians but you don't know about real Hawaiians. We're good in the sun. We're from here. I got him to promise to get it checked out, but later when he was about to leave, he said, if I got some kind of cancer, it can't be from the sun. I'm 0% white. I said, just get it checked out if you don't want to die. Then he walked out the door. I have his phone number. I'm not sure if I want to use it to invite him over again, but I'm worried about him. Should I just give up on him and say I did everything I could, or is there something else I should say to him? I'm new to Hawaii and the USA and I don't really understand this attitude of his at all, or if it is common here. Edit, this did not take place in a clinical setting. I mention my medical education only because I have learned what melanoma looks like. This is why I asked him to go get it checked out by a doctor. A few comments. As a doctor you were going to come across patients day in and day out who absolutely refuse to take your advice. You have to let those people go. Your job is to provide medical advice to those who are willing to hear it. It's almost like an invisible do not resuscitate. If they don't want something from you, you shouldn't try to make them want it. Comment, I'd text him. Just say that you are genuinely worried and that the next time he has a doctor's appointment he should get a professional option. That's all you can do. Yes, some people are that thick-headed, and in this guy's case, racist too, OP replied, just tried. He doesn't go to the doctor. 3 days later I am a medical student and I found what looked like melanoma on a guy's back. He laughed it off and told me I didn't know anything. Update, October 12, 2023. So I sent him a couple links from the Reddit thread. He has gotten a second opinion from a qualified relative who agrees that it looks like melanoma, and has made an appointment to get it checked out in a formal setting. He apologized for doubting me. He will also be coming over again tomorrow, and promises to listen to me if I notice anything else on his body. Thank you to everyone who helped save him. Comment, after reading your original post, I can't believe how some people, you, OP, allow others to disrespect them. If it was me, I would have never looked back. Wouldn't even have made a post about the situation lol. The guy was an asshole. No apologies would change that. Comment, glad you helped him, but why are you seeing someone who was so blatantly racist? OP replied, I believe he had been misinformed. I don't think he said anything hateful to me, and he has apologized. Comment, that's great news, I'm really pleased you got such a good outcome. OP replied, thanks for the first fully positive comment about a human life being saved. Story 2. I don't think I can marry him because of his family. I know people will say that I am crazy but my gut tells me I am right. This was supposed to be the first time I am meeting his parents. He has 2 sisters, mom and dad. I was excited to meet my future in-laws. But it shattered. Few days ago, I met his family. Some things about them just didn't sit right with me. His mom is very possessive about him. Like the first thing she said when she saw me was, so you are the lady that keeps my son busy. I know it sounds like a joke but she said it in a condescending tone. Throughout the entire gathering she was trying to avoid me. She would get irritated whenever I got closer to my fiance. She made one very mean comment when I asked her for a piece of pie she made. She said I will not be able to fit in my dress if I eat any more of it. She deliberately made me sit far away from him so that she could sit beside him. I knew she didn't like me. But I tolerated that. But she was way too harsh on her oldest daughter. She keeps making comments like when are you getting married and if she still can't get over Ben, her BL. The thing is Mia, oldest daughter, used to date Ben until he dumped her to be with the younger sister, Jen. Jen isn't very nice either. She was mean to Mia and kept bugging her to get a husband. Mia is 33. I don't think she needs to rush. Jen also didn't like me because she made some snide remarks about my upbringing. I grew up in an abusive household. I had to struggle a lot. Whereas my fiance came from a well-to-do family. His dad didn't speak much. He didn't say anything and just nodded. The only normal person there was Mia because she just kept to herself. But nonetheless, I did not feel very welcomed by them. I just had this gut feeling that if I get married this will be my whole life. I would always have to be in competition with his mother. But he is so nice and sweet. I never felt so in love with anyone like I did with him. He brings me flowers, he takes care of me, he treats me like a queen. But I do not like his family at all. I broke it off with him. He was understandably sad. He asked for a reason. I just told him, I didn't feel good about our relationship. That we are not compatible. There were tears, but I left. Now I am sitting in my aunt's house writing this. One moment I felt like calling him and telling him I had cold feet. We are perfect together. We earn well, we have similar hobbies, and we are sexually compatible. But this one thing about him just bugs me a lot. I am heartbroken. I know I don't deserve to be because I was the one who called it off. Update January 1st 2024. I just talked to his sister Mia on the phone. It was a surprise to me that she wanted to talk. She got the news of us breaking up and asked if we could talk on the phone. I agreed. I was desperate to hear any news from him. We talked for like an hour or so. It was mostly her telling me how her family was toxic. That I made the right decision because her mom had a weird obsession with her baby boy. Also, she doesn't know why she is the black sheep of her family. She was not adopted, nor was she an affair child. She also mentioned her mother was a bit of racist because of where I came from. Overall, that day she wanted to warn me. I asked why my ex doesn't treat her right. She said my ex is in delusion that they have a picture-perfect home, but he doesn't realize how toxic his mother is. She did bring it up with him and he just said that they are family. So families shouldn't hold grudges. Honestly, I felt bad for her. She also said she will be going NC with her family. She thought she could salvage their relationship and let them be a part of her life, but she decided she doesn't want that. She also shared some personal information about her relationship status and future. But I do not want to share that. It's not my place to share it. But she told me to meet him and tell him the truth. He deserves to know why I don't want to be a part of his family. He needs to hear the truth. I will be meeting him tomorrow. And yeah, as a lot of you guys requested, I will give an update to you guys. Update January 2nd 2024. I tried to update but it got removed, so to those who may it concern. Hello guys, I promised I will come back with an update. I did it. I finally talked to him. I told him everything that I mentioned in the post. And also about my feelings for his family. Especially how they are treated Mia. Needless to say, he was upset. He tried to convince me this is all in my head. That I shouldn't throw away our relationship because of his family. His family will accept me if I become a part of it. I tried to explain things from my own perspective. But he wasn't budging. Then the topic of Mia came. He said it is unfair that even his sister is abandoning the family. He mentioned Mia's big news and she said she doesn't want to be a part of their family. I told him I knew about it because I talked to Mia. That seemed to upset him even more. He is pissed that Mia shared her news to me before his family. I got angry and told him this is exactly why I do not want to be a part of his family. Her mother has made racist comments to me. I'm half Bengali. His mother treated me like an outsider and didn't make me feel welcome. His family is very toxic. I grew up in a toxic family. I don't want to die in one. Maybe someday he will find a woman his mother approves of, but that woman is not me. We had a big fight. He was obviously defending his family. He was not willing to listen what I had to say. Overall, he was very dismissive. We ended our conversation in a very bad note. I am sad about it. Aside from his family drama, he was a good guy. But I don't think I can handle his family. Because you don't just marry one person. You marry their entire family. They didn't even bother to know me at all. So that's the update. Story 3. So a month ago I, 22M, found out my now ex, 20F, had been chatting with a guy she's known previously. Not the first time. We have broken up since then and our 3-year anniversary would have been next week. For our anniversary I had planned and booked this luxurious vacation for a week in the tropics. She had known about this. Well, come to find out the guy had a longtime girlfriend, we will call her B20F, who I had gone to school with, and we compared notes on what we each other knew about our ex's communication. Since then both of us are recently single and trying to get over our breakups. While I was contemplating canceling as I have no interest in going alone, I would lose a good chunk of the deposit away and it would be beneficial to just go. As B and I have stayed in contact, we discussed the option of going together and have made the arrangements for that to happen. My question here is, how should I prepare and deal with the flack I will receive from my ex? I know I am not in the wrong and quite frankly she has no right to be upset, but did I just open up a can of worms? Thank you in advance, edit, as a lot of people are questioning why I am in contact with my ex. I am not. She is blocked on all socials. She asked for that not to happen, but oh well, we share many mutuals, both have made friends with cousins in each other's family etc. as they live much closer to her around her uni, and am curious on how to navigate that aspect. Edit, thank you for all the advice and movie plots. To calm some, I did not decide to go on this trip so I could have rebound sex, that can be done much more discreetly, cheaper, and less headache. I am really trying to find some happiness after this whole ordeal as really brought me down. I am truly concerned about how to navigate incoming questions and comments, as I tend to be a deer in headlights. Comments: go on the trip with her and send her a postcard. This can of worms you should enjoy. Do it. Your ex and B's ex will be pissed. It should be glorious. Look. You owe your cheating ex nothing. I hope you're NC with her, yes. Update after. OP, been no contact for about 3.5 weeks to her dismay. Granted, I gave her an in after the initial breakup and she declined, so I have no idea, can definitely provide an update if one necessitates. Both of our exes are very immature emotional people, so we shall see. Comment: the only thing to worry about is having fun and not pressuring the other ex for rebound in it. Macy. OP, was my one requirement before I booked with B. We had an in-depth conversation about expectations and have a solid basis. Having a discussion about expectations, what we wanted was a requirement. The expectation is definitely not rebound intimacy. We're going into it as friends, wingmen, and see where it goes. 8 months ago it was just chatting and I believed it. She agreed to block him. This time it was cheating, however you would like to picture that. This post needs an edit. I really wasn't expecting this many comments, but as to be, we went to school together and while we were not close we knew who each other were and had some mutual friends, so it's not random. We've also in the last few months have been going back and forth on a variety of topics surrounding the situation. I have not spoken to my ex since breakup. She's blocked on socials. It is the fact we have many mutuals including family, friends etc. that is the flack I am worried about. I was planning on cancelling but would not receive the 40% deposit I had placed, hence the decision to go. Update, 3 days later, as I was trying to come up with some solutions on how to deal with potential blowback from mutuals, I will leave you all with this update. We changed resorts and times and have just arrived in our island today. We are having an absolutely incredible time, and it truly is an experience of our lives. Shared the post with her and we've been laughing at all the comments the entire flight. Thank you all. This is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and it is so refreshing to be able to experience it with someone who has no expectations. I can be myself around, and can truly enjoy the moment. I will potentially post an update when we return if necessary. Thank you again. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to connect with each other in the comments below. Until next time, be kind, be curious, and I'll catch you in the next video. Corner Stories signing off.